And welcome.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Downcast. Damon here, glad to be back. Sorry I missed last week, it was a little crazy. Not sorry I missed Lee though, because he's an asshole. But as always,
we missed having you on the broadcast.
Well, thank you. As always, Zach, how are you doing, Zach?
Doing well.
Good to hear. And then Super Champo last second victory master, Skylar's joining us. How are you, Skylar?
Doing great. Love my hunt.
Yeah, who wouldn't, right? You're a little chief boy.
Both of them. What are you talking about?
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna start calling you Chief. That's gonna be your new name since you're just up on their dicks 24/7. Well, guys, crazy week. How? Any thoughts from your week? Anything specific you want to bring up before we go into the results?
Yeah, there were actually a few people that won games that didn't think they were going to. You know, Bill won. That was cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, look, there's really nothing to talk about, so we'll just get right into it then, and we can start with that game. Tebow goes yard, takes down Caitlyn Jenner's balls, 136 to 1.
Before we get into that, I wanted to discuss what the fuck happened with the trades.
What trades? By the way, great
this
timing, Zach.
multi-player deal between Lee and old man Bill.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. I mean, definitely the top player there's Julio, but Corey Davis, Edelman, Burton, honestly, whatever. I pushed it through because I'm big on if it's not obvious collusion, let's make the trades, but it's not bad.
All right, well, if you don't think it's collusion, then whatever.
I don't. Definitely not. I don't know what you're doing over there. Are you loading a car?
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, how's your brain working? Are we able to go into the stuff, or are you going to think of something?
Fuck yeah. Let me take a hit first.
Jesus. All right, so first game, Tebow goes yard, takes down Caitlyn Jenner's balls, 136 to 124.2. Yeah, Bill just, it's a good move to play players against Tampa Bay's defense. He played Trubisky and Cohen. He went double bears, and it paid off. And I don't think it will pay off many more times double bearing, especially with Trubisky, but it did, and great job.
That was the Tebow goes yard?
Correct.
Yeah, I was glad to see that because Caitlyn Jenner balls is in my division. The next game Zach should have voted Hillary versus the Peppers of Justice.
Yeah, 143.8 to 106.5. Bass takes him down. It was pretty impressive there, first and last. And, Bass showed that he's got a pretty solid team, and he did a great job playing fucking quarterback, Rams, Goff. which was pretty impressive as well. And yeah,
Ryan Goslinger.
He does look like Ryan Gosling, and I 100% agree with that. Also, Sam Bradford looks like Ryan Reynolds when his helmet's on. Only when his helmet's on. He's got Ryan Reynolds eyes. He does, though. But yeah, that was impressive. Skyler, feel free and chime in anytime. Yeah, if Bass had Le'Veon, he'd probably have a pretty good team going this year. Let's just move to your game, Skyler. And the best game of the week, last second, Skyler takes down Chris's bitch ass, 149.2 to 147.5. Skyler, walk us through that.
You win the $20. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, but
I'll take that.
Walk us through your weekend and your game and how it went.
Well, so, of course I had Mahomes and Hunt, Monday nighter. I was down by like 48 points coming into Monday night. And I didn't think I had a prayer chance, especially playing in Denver. Their defense is pretty legit. So Monday nights are softball nights for me, so I couldn't watch the game. So I was sitting there just checking my phone every 10 minutes or so. And finally I saw that Hunt ran that last touchdown in, and I think everybody looked at me funny because of how loud I yelled. So I was super excited.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I went over and saw Chris Monday afternoon, and I congratulated him. I was like, "Good job on the win today." And he goes, "No." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "He's still got Mahone and Hunt to play. They'll put up 50 points." I'm like, "Fuck, you're right."
Yep. Yeah, I texted him right after, and it's like, "Good game, man." He was like, "Fuck this, fuck that."
That's Chris.
Well, good. That's good. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was fun to follow. Zach took down the champ, 131.7 to 102.6. Great job, Zach, picking up the Packers and playing them. I don't know if that was planned or if you just had like a lucid moment and just
No,
happened to put them in.
that was planned, and it was the badass move of the week. I would have to contend for.
I mean, it's not
Fitzpatrick
gonna
shit the bed.
It's
So
not gonna make it.
Fitzpatrick shit the bed on me. So I was already going into the game without a quarterback. After the first quarter, and Tom Brady's over there putting up 19.5 points, and I'm like,
yeah.
What can I say? They're playing my Bears D, so.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great move. So good job there. We had Sean. I finally fucking set a lineup. Meehan Kelly come through and set his lineup and took Billy down 112.2 to 108. And honestly, he didn't even pay attention to the fact that Cobb was out, so he still only like 90% set his lineup, but he gets the win. And then Lee and I in a beating. Lee's every one of his guys just went nuts. Took me down 143.8 to 115.4. So, yeah, well, high scoring week all in all. I mean, the lowest score for the half point was you, Zach, at 131. So that was the cutoff on top six scores. So
nice. So I did make it. Also, yeah, I'd like to announce Chris got the bad beat.
Oh, he's in the lead for it. Well, he's in the lead for it. I mean, that's a pretty high number. So I mean, that one probably sticks. We'll see.
Well, he set the bar for it.
Anyway. Yeah, but 147.5 is a pretty fucking high bad beat number. So, yeah, Chris is definitely in the lead with that. But moving on, we will go into as we already said, Skyler, top scorer. Congrats. I think we've got 4 different top scorers. And so that's pretty cool. We're spreading that wealth around. Chris, once again, is now currently in the lead, 147.5 for the bad beat. My personal badass, and you guys can all chime in with badass and dumbass if you'd like. Mine's the only one that really matters. But my personal badass move of the week goes to Bill for double bears because it's just ridiculous. And I mean, and then I would say, kind of a 1A on that would be Bass playing Jared Goff. I mean, Goff's not bad, but Goff's not put up 42.6. So that was both pretty impressive. And Zach, I will give you a the third place badass move. Well, no, I won't. You should have played them. So no, you're out. Those two, great
No,
job.
that was good. That was good. I put them in, and that was a last week waiver wire pickup because I didn't want to play Broncos against the Chiefs.
Well, that was a good job then. I didn't really pay attention to any dumbass moves. I mean, going to close games. What did you say, Skylar? You said Chris, if he would have played, yeah, you know what? Chris gets dumbass move for sure because Chris is living on the name Russell Wilson. Deshaun Watson, week 2 to Chris, straight up for the first ever on-air downcast trade. Deshaun straight up for Wilson. He would have taken me to the cleaners on that trade because Deshaun's playing great now and Wilson can't do anything because he gets sacked every time he touches the ball. And yeah, if he would have played, I mean, what did Wilson put up? 9 points? Yeah, if Chris would have played, Ryan, what did Ryan score? Like 40?
32 or something?
30, yeah, so Chris would have definitely won top score and definitely been happier. But fuck Chris anyway, and so he's the dumbass of the week. But yeah, good job, guys. One day, maybe next year, I'll learn what it's like to consistently win. It's I remember I remember the days. They're hard to remember as the time goes on. But
well, I'm excited to see you in some cheese socks.
Yeah, I'm always good enough to not be last. So I'm sure I'll play in that last place game, and it will be very close. But hopefully, I don't take it down. That's gross. But going on to records, in the bag of clits division, we have Zach who actually has the current best record in the league at 5-1. Caitlyn Jenner's balls at 3-2, and Last Ass Bass at 1.5-3. In the bag of dicks division, we have Skylar here, Beaver Basher, 4.5-1. The Freneticator Lee is at 4.5-1 as well, but Skylar has more points. I think, and I haven't checked that, but I think so. And then Senior Hobo Dick Cheese at 2.5-2. And then in the Jesus Christ division, we have the Hammer of Thor at 3.5-2. Sunday Morning Boner at 1.5-3. And your resident worst record in the league, myself, at 1-3. And then in the Black Lives division, we have the Peppers of Justice after losing his first game, 4.5-1. Tebow Goes Yard, 3-2, and the champ tied for the second worst record with Bass at 1.5-3. So pretty crazy first 4 weeks. Yeah. Any thoughts or overall comments on anything before we go up to the matchups?
I was slightly devastated when they put Wilson back in because I was riding on that Fitz magic, but with Julian Edelman coming back off suspension this week, I think Tom Brady's value is going to rise.
Yeah, I mean Brady's good; he'll be fine.
He hasn't been doing a bad job. He just hasn't been putting up these fucking ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, and I mean unless Mahomes, and he kind of had a down to a come to earth game last week, even though he still played very well. But I mean, Deshaun Watson for like 6 games was liquid fire last year. Mahomes and Fitzmagic were this year, and so barring Mahomes being truly the greatest player in NFL history times 5. He still may lead the league in touchdown passes and may win MVP, but he's probably not going to go 5 and 6 touchdowns every week. So,
I mean, me personally, I'd rather have a quarterback that consistently puts up 20 points a week than one that is a hit or miss.
Yeah, but Mahomes seems to be pretty hit, so that's a good one. he's going to be one of those guys that, like pretty much, you guys, barring devastating injuries, have the makings of playoff teams, along with Brad and Chris, even though he's kind of inconsistent. So I would say you four, and Lee probably too, and my brother. Like it's an uphill battle. Anyway.
Well, I tell you what, being at the top of the pack again at the beginning of the season is scary to me because I know at any point my fucking luck will just run out.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. It is 100% the season. I mean, we're 4 games in out of 13, and there's, we're not even quite a third. We're basically a third into the season. So I mean, there's still a lot of football to play. So anything can happen. But I'd like to be off to a 4-win start. That could be a lot better than a 1. Yeah, so let's preview next week. We'll save our 3 games for last, so we'll start with the other one. So we have the usual suspect last place, my brother, playing last place, Bass, in a game. Currently, Christopher's projected to win. Bass is projected to win by about 10 points. It's kind of surprising. But maybe Bass starting.
Yeah, you don't hear that phrase very often.
You don't. And so I guess T.Y. Hilton's out and Christopher hasn't subbed him out yet. So once he does, they'll probably be about even. I will go with Caitlyn Jenner's balls in this one because I don't want to believe Bass is on the upswing. I want to keep him down.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings just because I think Caitlyn Jenner has the better team. So him taking a loss is beneficial to me, even though they're both into my division.
What about you, Skyler? What do you think?
Yeah, I think your brother's kind of got some tough matchups this week, looking at his players. So, yeah, I think he can still pull it out, though. I think he's got some great players, AJ Green. So,
all right, fair enough.
Have your brother rename Bass if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll let him know. I will let him know.
And especially with Gronk being a little pansy, possibly not playing. So,
yeah, the Gronkian one. Yeah, well, we'll see. Next game, one that's line is not looking as close. We have the Peppers of Justice and Tebow goes yard. The Peppers are currently projected to win 115 to 97.9. Looks like, Bill, I don't know. I guess he was forced to bench Trubisky. I was shocked he did, but I guess he's on a bye week, so he had to. But yeah, I think Brad probably handles Bill pretty easily, but I really just don't care who wins.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Well, we got Julian Edelman coming back from suspension on Thursday night, and he'll be fresh, not banged up, and ready to roll. So I'm expecting big points out of him.
Can I get some sort of racist Jewish comment about
that Kike will take all the points.
Yeah, he's probably being really greedy or something. So next one we have the Hammer of Thor and Sunday Morning Boner. I'm super excited that one of these 2 teams will lose, because if I somehow can win, then I'll be in the thick of the division. Currently, Chris is projected to hammer Billy's boner to pieces, 126.9 to 99.4. Billy does not have a kicker in, but Chris is looking lined up to beat the shit out of him, and as long as someone loses, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Chris is definitely going to win on this one, but the visual of him hitting back or boner with a hammer is just too funny.
Hammering Billy's poor boner to pieces, yeah. He will.
Matt Ryan's going into Pittsburgh. I think Ryan can do it, but I don't know. I think they play a little bit tougher there too. So
Yeah, I know this year it seems like Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. I feel like there was one other one have such. Oh, in Atlanta have such lay down bitch defenses that you just trust the fact that they will score a lot of points. And so I think Matt Ryan will score a lot.
yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see. Chris, Chris has the ability any week to go nuts or get beaten. But Billy, granted, he's got a half win higher than me. Billy's trending on the low scoring level, so he's down in my division, my parts of shittiness. So next game we have Beaver Basher and the Freneticator. Currently, Lee is projected to beat
Beat
your
the shit
ass
out of him.
116.
And he doesn't even have a tight end in. He doesn't even have a tight end in his lineup, and he's going to beat the shit out of you.
Skyler
I
also
don't
doesn't have a
the
defense.
And I haven't put Freeman back in either. So
Yeah, so this will adjust a little bit. Little bit of an uphill battle, and Lee just got Julio.
Hey, I'll trade you the Packers defense.
for Mohamed Sanu,
Sure.
I think I'd
Oh,
be fine with that.
yes. Oh, you guys did it. I wish I had like a sound effect. Dee-do-a-dee. First ever on-air trade. I'm so happy. That's awesome. Okay. It's about as pointless a trade can get, but yeah, get that in. We need that shit proposed and accepted so I can complete it before this is over. So one of you get on that. Um, man, both of your teams are good. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see how truly great the Chiefs are this weekend playing Jacksonville. Probably your only bad matchup of the year. So I'm going to take Lee strictly because sorry, I was reading some stupid Lee wrote. So I'm going to have to take Lee on this one just because we'll see how they react to Jacksonville. But you also have great matchups against Oakland. So it's really anybody's game.
You know what? I already released him.
Oh, that's right. You did. I was going to pick him up. So
You released Green Bay? Oh, you guys fucked.
Here, how about Fitzpatrick?
yeah.
Nobody wants Fitzpatrick. Anyway, okay, well, another day, and we will get that first on-air trade. I appreciate the efforts, though. What do you guys think? Obviously, Skylar, I imagine you're going to root for yourself, but what do you think, Zach?
Who's he playing?
Welcome. He's
Sorry.
playing Lee.
Lee. Yeah, I think Lee's going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys say that because every time you say that, I'm going to lose. I end up winning.
Well, Julius Jones, he picked up Julius Jones, and that's a powerhouse. That's like a number 3 receiver in the NFL. So I don't know what the fuck old man Bill was thinking, but that just turned Fornicator into a contender.
Well, he kind of already was, but it definitely, like I said, that's why, there's not a lot of room to get that last, we've got 5 really good teams, maybe even 6. So it kind of sucks that it's a long season. That's all I can hold on to. But next game, we have the Muff Divers of Zach and the Dick Cheese. Currently, Zach's projected to win 109.5 to 107.2. When Sean actually sets a lineup, he has a pretty good team. And Sean doesn't. And Sean still has fucking Cobb in. So if he actually takes him out, you have a pretty good matchup going.
Honestly, and this is probably going to be another first for the Downcast. I'm going to pick Sean this week. I think he's. And if he pulls his head out of his ass, that is.
Well, that's smart. Lee picked me to win and thought his team would do terribly, and he went fucking holy nuts. And so, it's always a great way to go. I'm going to take Sean too. Why not?
Yeah, I think I am too, but Tom Brady could probably be the deciding factor, I think, on that one.
He very well could be.
If he goes completely off, I think you'll win, Zach. But if he doesn't, then Sean's probably got you on this one.
All right, and then the last game, one of the early shit bowls here. We have the champ against myself. He's currently projected to win 106.3 to 104.6. Really anything could happen at this point. I'm going to pick and hope to holy hell that I win. So, yeah, I'll take it. But, yeah, what do you guys think?
You need a new quarterback.
I have no fear planting in a gym because I know it's.
What's happening? Who needs a new quarterback?
You do.
No way. Deshaun Watson's actually the 7th ranked quarterback, and he is very good.
Yeah, but yeah, he's playing Dallas, so you might be fine.
Oh, no. Deshaun's legit. He's finally coming through for me. Now, his first week, he sucked. He got 11 points, but since his first week, he's gone 23.8, 26, 32.1.
Yeah.
So he's actually coming through. It's just that first week, he fucked me. And, I have, the team's got some solid players. They just don't decide to play together.
Yep.
There's a lot of locker room division.
Yep.
Well, I'm just glad I got Jared Cook.
Yeah, you did. I drafted him, didn't play him. I would have played him week 1. I mean, like I said, it's my curse and my gift. I see him early and I give up on him too quick. So, yeah, well, we'll see.
They're basically the Infinity Stones. I'm getting ready to click my fingers on you, motherfuckers.
Until week 6, and then you'll go downhill from there.
Yeah, this is eerily similar to last season. I sucked all year. Zach started out well and then sucked, and everything sucked. So, all right, guys. Well, let's go ahead, Skyler. Talk a little shit on your opponent.
Well, since he's in my division, he definitely needs to go down. So, Lee, I hope your team chokes. I hope all your guys get hurt in the first quarter, just for this week, though. Next week, you're fine. So, good luck, though.
We started to go a little dark, and then you came back. I was liking it at first.
Oh, I just said I hope everybody on his team gets hurt in the first quarter, but then they come back next week and
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, I know. It was getting violent.
Getting violent.
Yeah, you're good. Okay, Zach, what do you got?
Well, with Sean doing dumbass moves like leaving Cobb in his lineup, all I can say is I hope Sean doesn't listen to this podcast.
Well. So I know he used to all the time. Well, who knows what he's doing now?
I hope he's busy as fuck.
AF. And then Champ. It seems to be my goal of you not repeating is well on its way, but I hope to continue and help with that. And holy God, I need to win. So fuck you. But yeah, I think that's it. You guys have any last things?
Nope.
No,
right.
I think I'm good.
Well, thanks for coming on, Skyler, and everybody have a good one.
Yep, you guys too.
Because it's all